Dispatch is the newest graphic adventure game that's taking the wider gaming community by storm. I haven't seen this many people hyped and excited about an interactive choice-dependent game since Telltale's The Walking Dead. The game's initial announcement at the Game Awards last year, 2024, definitely caught my interest. Its stylized presentation, supported by an all-star cast of actors, Dispatch is a bold game to produce in the year of 2025. Especially with Breaking Bad actor Aaron Paul, what made Dispatch so attractive for him and so many other personalities to hop on? Well, I stopped paying attention to Dispatch after this initial announcement and only heard more about it as episodes kept releasing. I knew the game was big when my coworkers started talking about it. That's when it finally clicked in my head as quote-unquote mainstream. There's no way this many people are interested in a graphic adventure game unless it's extremely good. After completing all 8 episodes, I can confirm that Dispatch is one of the best graphic adventure games in years. The writing for its characters is top-notch. Nearly everyone you interact with as Robert feels real. The game is also effortlessly funny, but also knows when to take itself seriously. World building is excellently done to a point where I was immediately hooked after episode 1. Furthermore, the decisions you make have an impact on the finale. It's not a simple A or B ending, but there's so many small interactions that lead to massive implications. Gameplay in a graphic adventure game usually boils down to a few puzzles and or a specific gimmick, but playing as a dispatcher for superheroes is a lot more interesting than it sounds. Micromanaging your team in real time can be stressful and challenging. You become attached to certain heroes and learn their skills the further you move along. Dispatch is definitely one of the more surprising hits of 2025, but why is that? Well, let's talk about it without spoilers. The story of Dispatch follows Robert Robinson, an ex-superhero named Mecha Man who's looking for a new purpose. Soon, Robert meets Blonde Blazer, another superhero in the area who wants him to work at Superhero Dispatch Network, or SDN. In exchange for helping out a group of former supervillains as their dispatcher, the company will help Robert become Mecha Man again. Throughout your time at SDN, you learn more about the Z team and the people at the company. Robert's ending is 100% reliant on your choices. Nearly every option feels like the correct one because of how amazing the writing is. I was torn by so many prompts throughout my playthrough, it doesn't get easier. Every single character is amazing and likable. No matter how big or small their roles are in the overall narrative, it's impossible to hate everyone. There are some divisive or controversial figures in Dispatch, but I can totally empathize with every character. The world of Dispatch is quite interesting to get into, especially with so many superhero worlds that aren't DC or Marvel popping in today, aka The Boys and Invincible. Dispatch puts its foot on the gas immediately to get the players in. From the first episode, I was hooked on the world and wanted to learn more about it. How normal is it for humans and other creatures to live in harmony while watching the Z team's relationships blossom? I have never once played a graphic adventure game and said immediately after I want to go again, but I did with Dispatch. I haven't started a second playthrough yet to fix some of my choices and see the rest of the narrative, but I am still amazed by how captivating Dispatch's story is. When picking your choice, a set amount of time is allotted. A choice has to be made or else the game picks an option for you. There's no walking and talking in Dispatch as the entire game is pre-rendered cutscenes. Even if I played on PC, I'm not a big modding guy, so I don't mind this approach. I believe this was done to prevent gooner behavior, whether it's in the game or using the models for other purposes. Definitely a fair argument if true, but I also understand the players that want to swap character models out for other superheroes or characters. Either way, it does make the game's download size relatively small at only 25 gigabytes. The idea of no walking and talking does seem off at first, but in execution, Dispatch keeps the player engaged in other ways such as more choices or dispatching sequences. Speaking of, the main gameplay loop is managing Z-Team in distress calls sent to SDN. You have to pick which hero or heroes to send on a job. Each hero has special attributes, and memorizing each hero's abilities is a necessity. You'll see the percentage of how likely the job will succeed, and the more jobs you complete, the higher level your heroes will be. While the chances of a successful call increase with more heroes sent out, you won't have them for a good while. Rest is required after a job is complete, meaning more time is needed before heroes can get back into the action. It will be a struggle at first trying to micromanage so many characters while meeting the demand of the calls. As you level up your heroes and recognize who's good at what, you'll be acing calls like a pro. Leveling up heroes will play a major factor in dispatch. It's recommended to max out a certain character's skill since you have so many heroes on the team. The difficulty curve gradually progresses the more episodes you complete. In between calls, Robert can complete a hacking minigame. This might be my favorite gameplay section because it's almost entirely dependent on your skill as the player, while calls have a percentage chance of failing or passing. I still have a blast figuring out who to send where. Micromanaging a team of superheroes is a lot more fun than it sounds. However, the independent work as a hacker in these puzzles is a blast. I was amazed by how the devs continued to add hazards and obstacles in these sequences. It does seem pretty easy at first, but slowly gets harder the more episodes you complete. Presentation, it's one of the best in the genre. The all-star cast is a mix of veteran voice actors and notable internet personalities. Aaron Paul is in a league of his own, the most recognizable person on the cast, and he's amazing as Robert. He's able to convey certain nuances in his performance, and you can truly feel what he's going through when a choice is made. Jeffrey Wright is another star-studded actor, and he's fantastic too. Chase has to be the funniest character in Dispatch. Well-known video game voice actors such as Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, Aaron Eved, Matthew Mercer, and more play as members of the Z-Team. In addition, content creators and internet personalities like Jacksepticeye, Moist Critical, and Alana Pierce voice Z-Team members too. Honestly, this ragtag group of misfits are brought to life by these people, and I'm grateful for the casting and voice directors for bringing out the best parts of them. The pre-rendered cutscenes look phenomenal. Every single character is hot, even the guys and otherworldly creatures. There's never a moment of stuttering or characters glitching out. Ad Hoc Studio made sure to keep the cutscenes as perfect as possible. Whenever you pick a choice, it does not end dialogue abruptly. It lets characters finish their sentence before the choice is shown. Small things like this go a long way in immersing the player in the world of Dispatch. During action sequences, QuickTime event buttons will pop up to perform an action. Its smooth integration never stops or pauses the game, flawlessly moving from moment to moment whether you fail or pass the QTE. You can turn them off if you want a more cinematic experience. Dispatch is by far one of the best games released this year. It effectively revived the graphic adventure genre into the mainstream. For only $30, if you have a PC or PS5, there's no reason you shouldn't try it out. You can watch one of the many YouTubers or content creators play it for free, but to really immerse yourself into the experience, I highly recommend you play the game for yourself. Also, support the devs. You get to show them that you love this product and you want to see more of it. The superhero office comedy takes the player on a wild ride that will have you binging the entire season. There's no word on a season 2 yet or any follow-up, but Ad Hoc Studio certainly has a new blockbuster franchise on its hands. Dispatch earns a 10 out of 10. And yeah, that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have not already, you can subscribe. I put new videos up on Saturdays. Follow me on social media at TV Sonic Gaming. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, pretty much everything. Also, check out my podcast called the Travis and Damien Podcast. Talk about games, movies, and anime every other week. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video once again. And I'll see you guys next time with more videos.